Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my showcase of Stephaine Vaquer, La Primera. So Vaquer is finally here. I know a ton of people are going to be super excited about that. So let's just kind of get started. Graphically, I think she looks amazing. She's got the right outfit, looks great. She's got the horns, got the face paint. She looks great, right? So they killed it with that. So I don't think anyone is gonna probably be disappointed with this card. Um, so yeah, that's pretty cool. She's a modern era chaotic striker. Also, don't mind that at all. Um, I think that's a good, really good actually style to have her in. Um, so that works. She has the raw link and the modern era link. Raw, of course, 1 more MP. Modern gems do 5% damage. Stock La Primera gear. She's a trainer at 35k. She's a niche one. Green moves start with 2 MP. Black moves get 75% damage. There's somebody I was looking at using this on, and I can't think of who that was recently. That color combo and couldn't find it. So it's a decent enough one, but move damage, is not super crazy. I think it might have been Haku actually for Haku's move damage set. Now that I think about it, yeah, pretty sure it was Haku. And that's the only one that I can think of, and that would make sense because they both came out this month. So there's that. No hot tags or anything. So you see the money in the bank moment up on the screen. She is going to be included in that moment. Um, Currently it's not active when I'm recording this, but moves that cause bleed will do 300% more bleed is going to be big for her. All color gems definitely won't hurt, and all color moves that deal damage will deal 150% more will be okay. Now, I kind of wish this moment had at least 50% HP because of this first build I'm going to show you. It's not very often that I do this kind of thing, but with the game changing, there's more in hype. I feel like there's more room for the build that I'm going to show you guys first. Um, so let's kind of take a look at it. This is what I'm calling a proper go second build. The idea with this build is if you're going second, um, and ideally you would want a health strap. The CC account actually doesn't have any health straps, so if you had 100%, it would add about 50 million extra health, right? If you had a 50, it would add about 25 million extra health from what you're going to see. So I put Vitality 2s on. You can see Vitality 2s don't add a ton of extra health. It's only 40%. Personally, I probably wouldn't run Vitality with a Vitality strap for the 40% extra, depending on the situation, because this only adds like I want to say like 10 million, so 10% would be actually it adds more than that. 10% would be 5 million. I mean, it probably adds like 15, 20, I suppose, million. So I guess it's not terrible. Actually, it adds like 20, so maybe I would do that. Actually, now that I think about it. And the skill plate is just kind of really nice. Whenever you break 3 or more black gems, gain 3 yellow MP. These are not hard to get your hands on. Stip store. They show up in regular Stip, so and they're not ridiculously expensive or anything. So yeah, the moves. Springboard crossbody, 5 MP, 730k damage. Choose a 5x1 area to swap into black gems. Then deal 1.75 mil damage and choose 2 rows to make into power gems of strength 375k. It's kind of clicky, it's kind of choosy, but it works. And my one complaint actually with this move is that the power gems go down second. So if you cascade, you don't get a chance to do any like meaningful damage, right? These should go down. The power gems should go down first. I don't like that they go down second. She's an S plus tier. I feel like they should go down first, no question. It is what it is, though. It's fine. Head scissor takedown, 2 MP yellow, and this is why the plate is on there, along with the kick out. Deal 1 million damage and heal for 20 million. The heal for 20 million is kind of the important part here, with how we're running her, right? So you want a lot of health, survive the first hit, no problem, and then you just kind of do your thing. Kick out while being pinned, kick out, deal 1 million damage, and then make 25 random gems into power gems of strength 375k. So yeah, that's what we're going to run. Entourage for this one. We got, what's his butt here? MOD Taker, Black Move, start with 2 MP, 50% more gem damage. We got Molly Holly, multiplied, power gem damage. Holy crap, Mherex. We got Molly Holly for any color gems do 40% more damage, 30% more health. Also, though, on Molly Holly, we have 2 black MP. So the black move starts loaded. We got Turtle Ray for 200% more power gems, just trying to speed up the damage on the power gems. And then we got Cena here for 25 million extra health, because strikers start with fairly low health. That's the problem with the go second build on a striker. Also why I feel like this moment should have some health on it if you're going to have this kind of feature built in for Vaquer. At least 50% on there, but that's just me. So let's go into a match. This is Nikki with bigger medals than we have, right? And I'm going to do something I normally don't do for you guys. I'm going to let you see what this will do for you if you're going second, or if you're autoing, if the person can't beat you. You can see I have 105 million health. So you get 100% strap, you'd be at 155 million health. You could also take Ray off and put a multiplied down trainer on. If they had multi-gems, then you should easily live. I am going first in this case, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn auto on for you guys. You can see that would fill her health by 20 million, and then she's going to do this. Okay, she's going to try to cascade and not. You can see no tick on the power gems there, which is why I don't like it. Here's another. So we would have healed for 40 million health there. And now she's going to drop those there. That's fine. Power gems are going to tick for, what was that, like 15 mil or something. Now we got 4 rows out. It would be great if Nikki would pin us. I don't think she's going to, because she swipes instead of hits her finisher. And then now you're going to see, like, so you take the hit, they move the pin bar, you heal for 20 million, you put more of these out, right? Boom. Okay. And then you heal for 20 million again because of the skill plate. So now we've healed 40 million, and then you win the match, right? It's a great go second build. You would normally expect to see this type of moveset on a defensive character. It doesn't really make sense to me on a chaotic. And if she had like showboat health, or you know what I mean, where you could pump her health up over like 200 million, it would be really hard to ever lose with this build set, even going first or second on auto. So I as it is, I think you would need to get all of the health stuff, pump it up to about 155, and just make sure no one can one-shot you. And yeah, this is pretty strong, right? Like, I feel like it's pretty strong, to be honest. There's also other like offensive plates you could slightly use, you know, with you could do something like the turtle plates in general that are made with like power gems in mind. I think I don't know if it's an ultimate, the Leo one. I can't really remember. It lowers your gem defense. It might be, if it's primary, I would stick to the healing one. What is that Leo plate? I think it is gem damage for power gems. So it looks like it is primary probably. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. There's a bunch of stuff you could do with this moveset. You can see it autos fine enough. Not perfect, right? Because the AI tries to pin, but that's fine. So it's pretty cool. And like way outside of my norm, but I feel like with the hype and stuff, and some of the issues you can face in Showdown, where time isn't as much of the essence as like Feud. Like, I wouldn't bring this into Feud most of the time because it's not going to be super fast and you can't put it on auto. Because of all the clicking, it's much faster on auto, just FYI, right? So this is, to me, is like an auto build. If you want to beat tours without paying attention, that kind of stuff. Or like Showdown if you not want to really pay attention in auto. I think you can get away with it with this build potentially. So I thought it was interesting and worth showing. Curious what you guys think. All right, moving on. She's got this power gem build, triple black, and yes, everybody, she does have the Devil's Kiss move, so no need to riot. It's in there. So you have the move you want, and we have the atomic drop, 5 MP, deal 789k damage, deal 4 million bleed. Now this is where we go back to the moment adding 300%. That's going to add an additional 12 million in bleed, and the bleed is over 3 turns. So with just the moment, she would be up to, what, 16 million bleed for 3 turns, which is, what, 48, I believe, million bleed. Now the downside is she has no way of ticking the bleed. Normally you would want to see this combined with a sub. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's true. Or you would want the bleed to be bigger and the duration to be 2 turns, right? So you get 1 turn, and then if they don't kick out, you get the 2nd turn. 3 turn is not ideal for this kind of setup, right? So do keep that in mind. Getting the full course of the bleed is going to be very difficult. Springboard crossbody deal, it's another 5 MP. It's the move we already saw with the power gems, right? So the bad news, guys, is there is no way to load the Devil's Kiss, which is a finisher at 10 MP without cascade risk. So this is not a Mherex approved build. This is not a moveset there's any way I could possibly like, to be honest, guys. It's too much cascade risk. I hate it. It is what it is. And this to me, the fact that she's an S+ tier and there is no way to load the move that everyone wants to use without cascade risk or doing very little damage is unfortunate. There's other great stuff coming, but that's probably my biggest complaint, along with whatever it was I said earlier that I can't remember now. So anyway, finisher 1.75 million, choose 7x1 area to swap into black gems, then you pin the opponent, deal 1 million damage and choose a 7x1 to swap into black gems. There's a lot of clicking with this cascade risk, a lot of clicking. So it's not my flavor, but I will happily show it and you guys can do what you want with it. So this is the power gem setup, not the bleed. We currently don't have a moment, so we're relying on the power gems with this, and we're going to have a very small 4 million bleed, right? So power gems, we got Kofi adding 150%, Turtle Ray 200%. Also, if you don't have Turtle Ray, you're also not going to like this build. You would sub, instead of Turtle Ray, you'd sub like Ray Phoenix or Woods. That would be the sub you'd make, but it's not going to do enough to make a huge deal in the bleed, to be honest. And then we just got Bella here. You could also use, what's her butt, Alexa Bliss Striker. So, all right, let's get out here and I'll show you what this looks like. And again, oh yeah, it was the fact that she doesn't put the power gems before the choose that annoys me. So you'll see what I mean about this being very clicky, plus there's the cascade risk. So here goes the bleed, right? And now we're going to choose the area, and we're going to choose, so you choose the area, we don't cascade, then you choose the power gems, okay. Now the finisher would be filled, but so we'll hit the bleed again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you want to risk it again, you could put power gems down again. It would take even longer. I'm not going to, because I'll cascade for sure. There's your Devil's Kiss that everyone wants to. I'm not slowing it down. I'm sure some creator will do that for you. But you know, for those that want that, you'll enjoy it. And you can see we barely zero her health on a 62 million health character, right? So it works, but there's a lot of clicking. You click and you click and you click and you click, and the cascade risk, which is more important. So, all right, what about just the bleed? I'll show you what it looks like with just the bleed. If you're using all of the bleed trainers. And do I have this loadout saved? I have so many movesets for you guys that... all right, so you can see we're doing 18 million bleed with all of the bleed trainers equipped. Same exact setup as before. And if you had the moment, you would be doing 30 million bleed over 3 turns, which is 90 million. But again, getting those bleed turns is difficult. It'd be much better if it was over 2 turns. So you're not likely going to get the full 90 million. They're most likely going to kick out with this moveset without your power gems being boosted. Just FYI, guys. So Apollo for the bleed. Again, if you don't have Apollo, this is much less attractive. Also, if you don't have the moment, I wouldn't even remotely consider running this build set. Ray Phoenix certainly helps a lot, and Woods is 50%. If you don't have Woods, but you do have Phoenix, and you have Kyrie, you only lose 10% going Trickster Kyrie here, so not a big deal there. But really, it's Apollo in the moment. It's really all of it, if you even want to remotely consider this build, but it's not enough, because you won't get all 3 ticks most of the time. Actually, I like this less than the power gems, just FYI. And this is where this moveset doesn't even remotely feel S-tier. So there's a small cascade we at least didn't pin. Now these go down, and it's a much smaller Now we are going to hit the bleed twice, right? If you don't pin. So technically it's 60 million on the first tick, which is enough here. I guess it's probably enough. You know what I mean? But it's really... you see so much like 100 million health plus now that I feel like it's just not quite enough, and people kick out so hard. And you can see the power gems do almost nothing this way, right? Because they're so small. And there's the first bleed, and there's the second bleed. Now, the power gem's doing like 8 million. Now, the bleed with the moment would knock them out right away. But anyone over 100 million health, it'll struggle. So it's there. It's good. It just, I don't know. I don't love it. It could just be me. Okay, what about making it Mherex proof? So the only way you can make it Mherex proof is by dropping all of the trainers, essentially, right? And that is going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot, right? I've played her a bunch, by the way, so I have so many trainers to scroll through here under previous. All right, so that, and the reason Turtle Ray's on is he adds 200%, gets a bigger pin. I feel like that was the way here. Him adding 200% to the power gems was probably the most impactful. It also does have the reversal in this moveset, though, so you could go against people that increase their move damage, which basically is mostly just going to be mommy for ladies that you care about, right? And I forgot to switch the strap. Not that it matters, because we're not doing gem damage here. Yeah, you could use either strap, any strap you want. But we're not doing gem damage with these, so it doesn't matter. Okay, same gameplay loop. The bleed would be 16 million with the moment, though, if you had the moment. And this one, you're not going to place the black area, so no cascade risk. And then you're just going to drop those. But you're going to see there's that 58 million down to 42, so like 16 million. Another 16 million. So the first bleed would take her almost down, and the second bleed would probably finish her. But it's really low health, right? I mean, like, it's not a ton of damage, so yeah, not sure it's there. And finally, the last moveset that I'm going to run two different ways. The last way requires plates, but I love it. It's really good. So, but I would not do it without plates. So let's set up the gem damage moveset for which I think, you know, most people kind of expect a gem damage build from a chaotic striker. So it's kind of surprising this is how far we are into the showcase without one. So 100% gem damage strap, because we're going against Nikki, who has got the tier 6 medals. We also have two tier 6 Furies, right? And let's go to triple blue. She's got some unblockable in her kit, which is cool. So headbutt 5, they're all 5 MP triple blue. Headbutt 845k damage, mod 7x5 random area into cross breaks. Running leg drop 835k damage plus 250k bonus damage for every cross break. I feel like that should be higher, the unblockable for the S plus tier, and the fact that there's no cross break on the moment. I was assuming we would get cross break damage on the moment, but I asked and we're not. Cross break and health should be on there, I think, because I just feel like that's a little bit underpowered for an S plus at 250k bonus damage on the cross. But you know, it is what it is. We won't end up using this in our best moveset. We'll just throw it away. And then diving corkscrew moonsault, 915k damage, increase your blue gem damage by 175% for one turn, then deal 1.5 million damage and make 49 random gems into blue, right? So a lot of blue gem damage here. We're gonna go with a full cross break unblockable build, get it up to 900k. We're gonna go with Julia, blue moves 2 MP, 100% cross break gem damage. Dom, 2 blue MP, 40% blues. You could, I mean, like, that just makes the most sense to me. You could use Lawler and Julia and not have to worry about MP downs as well. Dom isn't doing a lot here. Green gems do 30% more damage and 60% more cross break, and then 100% more cross break. So we're trying to get that unblockable up. 35 gems, 900k. It's going to do about 30 million, right? Yeah. So it could be better. Like I said, it feels a little bit low. But that's okay. There's more good stuff coming. So I'm saving the best for last. So yeah, we get her down to 30 million, and now we're going to blow up the board with a gem buff. And then it did 46 million. So that's like reduced to 40. That's like 70 million without plates. So, well, I do complain about it a little bit, that I feel like the cross breaks are kind of weak. I mean, when you talk about 5 MP moves and doing 70 million with no plates, it's hard to complain about that. That's pretty S+ tier, to be honest. Initially, when I first looked at her, I didn't really like her, and she's really, as I've been playing her, and I've played her a lot, she's really been growing on me, and yeah, it's about to get better. So obviously with this build set, you could throw on the anniversary plate. Starcrossed would be huge on her, absolutely massive, and we will do that, but I will switch the trainers for that build set. So with this one, you're looking at either the Royal Rumble, adding 30 blue gems, or you're looking at the Shades of Rains, adding 100% gem damage. Honestly, that's not going to do anything for this move set, really, compared to the Royal Rumble. And then finally, you have the option to use the blue plate. Blue moves activate blue gem damage, which you can get in the Showdown store, 250k currency, which would also add 100%. So there's that, or the Blue Royal Rumble. This is going to add a little bit. We'll just go ahead and run it. Same as the Shades of Rains would. I'll show you guys, because a lot of people, myself included, don't have a Blue Royal Rumble yet. It is going to be available on this weekend prize wall, though. And that's what I'm hoping I can get. That's definitely what I'm targeting, because I don't have a Blue Royal Rumble yet. You can see right about 31.5 mil on the unblockable. So an extra 100%. Let's see what we get out of it. 55 to 48. So we got almost 8 million out of that, right? Almost 8 million more out of that. So 48 and 30, that's up to 78 million with one simple plate change. Pretty solid, right? And now I'll toss the Blue Royal Rumble on, and then I'll show you guys my favorite moveset trainer combo. 2 moves. It's pretty brutal. Pretty good. No Royal Rumble on that one. I'm going for max efficiency, not max damage. This should surprise no one. I do love me some unblockable damage, though. The only reversal risk here is Hall of Famers, so Hall of Fame Molly Holly, really. And you can see here, it's 72 million reduced to 61, so that's a good 91 million total damage on the 3 moves. Alright, not bad, not bad. But where it really gets fun is if you have an anniversary plate. And I'll leave the Blue Royal Rumble on since it's on and just show you guys, and then I'll take it off. But star-crossed. When you make 8 cross-break gems, make 8 random gems into multiply gems of strength 8. Of course, when you have multiply gems with a gem damage buff, it hits freaking hard. Right? So, entourage for this one, we're loading up on the multiply stuff. Don't need Lawler. So we're going to go back to... We're going to stick with Dom because he gives 40% blue gems. But then we're going to go a route a lot of people probably don't think about often. That's Rowan. Multiply gems do 75% more damage, and blue moves start with 2 MP, so we're getting more damage there. And then we're going to go double zombie, totally doubling down on those 8 multiply gems. So let's just go. You can see, guys, I've used a ton of trainers on him, tried different things to see what I liked. And Chelsea apparently isn't going to be on there because I've used too many people since I last used her. Gem damage. There she is. All right. So 60 and then 40 and 60 on the multiply. So we got zombie, a little bit more than a zombie, and then 40% blue, right? So also we are just going to use 2 moves. We're not going to use the per damage one because it's the unblockable because it's really low. The other thing, guys, that you can do here instead of having the is just run this with the reversal in, right? Because you don't need it charged. So now you can fight Rhea's and move damage builds quite easily, right? Because you got that reversal baked in. You do, once you have this on though, because you don't follow with a finisher, you will get reversed by multiply reversal. So Indy, Tiffy time, all the lady multiplies will reverse you. That's the downside. So now you worry about Hall of Fame, and then you worry about any of the ladies with multiply reversals, right? So that is the downside to this, adding the plate on, but you're gonna see the damage skyrocket. And then I will run it the way that, you know, I think is best personally. The plate setup. I'll show you without an ultimate plate too first, and then I'll show you with the ultimate plate I would run. So 2 clicks, don't touch the board, easy peasy. Blue Royal Rumble, 124 million reduced to 106, and that is without the moment. Keep in mind the moment's going to add 100% gem damage, which is worth, you know, at least 8 million. So that's like 106 million with the Blue Royal Rumble, but it takes more time, and you guys know I like being efficient. So let's go to the Shades of Rain's plate for that 100% gem damage and not chuck all the gems. And then I can show you exactly how much the moment will add, because I'll take this off and we'll run it again and we'll see how much less it is. But obviously incredibly easy gameplay loop, right? Super fast, very friendly. Just worry about the multiply reversal and the gem buff, and other than that, you're good. So that's 113 million reduced to 100. So I see no reason to Blue Royal Rumble if you have the Shades of Rains, but what if you don't have the Shades of Rains and you just have the anniversary plate? And then this will tell us how much the difference is, and I can tell you what it would hit with the moment. Okay. I believe we hit for 100 million reduced. So I'm expecting 90 mil-ish. Ooh, blue cascade, so yeah, 85 mil. So the moment she should hit for like 115 million with the moment and the Shades of Rains, like 115 million on 2 clicks. So pretty good. Pretty good. Like I said, the more I played her, this became very interesting to me, and I didn't think it would be. Not gonna lie, I kind of hate all of these, right? Just because there's so much cascade risk, so much clicking, it doesn't really make sense when you have either of the blue movesets on the table. This one without plates, right? It's really, really strong. With the plates, this is even is just wild. And then this is just, oops, that's the wrong button. This is just really interesting, right? This go second kind of build. So that gives her a lot of versatility that I really like. Lady Striker is very good, but it's at least not Lady Showboat, right? So big difference there. I do have on my, this isn't my account, but on my account I have all the Lady Strikers, right? Currently, I've kind of moved to where Naya is my favorite. I 2-click her. with the Punk's gauntlets, and she hits as hard or harder than what's her face here. Both have the multiply reversal. Naya doesn't have the other one. Speed is very going to be super similar. So it's kind of like a side grade, like a toss up between them. Naya doesn't do anything else that I really like, though. I don't like her column break setup. It's slow. Not a fan. So there's that. And then the other really great one is Naomi. And she is very good. Naomi, if you have her gear, I don't yet. You can 2-click her with a green Royal Rumble and hits about the same-ish as this, maybe a little bit harder. You can also add the botch plate, and then you can not get reversed with the multiply gems and hit much harder. So they're very interesting. She does also bring the botch moveset to the table if you have all the moments. I wouldn't, and of course this moment is also going to add gem damage to Naomi. So Naomi, I think, hits harder. Their speed is going to be very comparable, less reversal options with Naomi. So I think Naomi's probably a little bit better, to be honest. But I don't think any other striker brings the potential for this kind of go second thing. If you have a big modern era striker health strap 100%er, I could actually see a striker being pretty decent defensive lead in Showdown, because you saw how the AI played her. She'll be really annoying to play against if you have a strong second card in as well, especially. So, yeah, I think she's a great addition. I do like her more than Bailey, Zombie Bailey. So to me, she's probably top 2. I think I would her and Naya is really close. I have yeah, so she's probably top 2 for sure, top 3. And then depending on the stuff, maybe top 1 if you get more hype for her. If you have the stuff to run her and you don't have all the stuff for Naomi or Naya, then it's pretty easy to say she's the best. So I think she's a great addition. Not super power crept or anything, which I'm a fan of, actually. And I have a few small gripes. Most of it has to do with not the best movesets, and that's why I don't like these, right? Because so like if the springboard crossbody was increase your black MP by 4, so you couldn't hit it again, and you couldn't hit the bleed again, and then it was the choose 2 rows, I would love that moveset. It would be super fun, and I would play it. So I think the biggest complaint people are going to have is that the Devil's Kiss is in her worst moveset. Other than that, guys, that's what I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this showcase. And thanks for watching, and good luck out there. I should probably do my outro. There we go. And oh yeah, like, subscribe, and share, because that helps me out, Overall, really, really strong, good card, fun. I like it.